How are you going to look after your customer? Have you really looked after them during this time? But you also got to think about how you sell. Look, the hard sell's gone, particularly during this time. The pushy salesman. But also you've got to think longer about that. How do you actually sell? Because we're getting all these leads into your business now. Number two is how do you convert them? And actually when I talk with business owners, this is always the first place I start. What's your conversion level? And you know what they say to me? Invariably, I could write it down. Yeah, I convert well when I'm writing down 60%. I say, has it ever been measured? No, and I write down 60%. And so what is it? 60%. Okay, good. That's what everyone thinks they convert at. Great. Some brave say 80%. The week afterwards when they've had to measure it, no, I've had a bad run. Why is that? Well, I'm converting at 20%. Okay. You see, that's what normally happens. So what is your conversion rate? It's important and the detail matters. Conversion rate by lead source. So let's say you get a lot of referrals. Well, do they convert very well? I would expect that they would. But something else like a website inquiry may not convert so well. But what's interesting there is this one, this referral, this word of mouth, they're almost a warm lead. They already trust you a little bit. The inquiry doesn't yet. So you've got to treat them differently. Or you've got to have a sales process that takes care of it all. So what is your sales process within conversion? Also what scripts do you use? I had an instance where I consulted actually. I wasn't coaching at this time. I was consulting in a travel business, transportation business, and they were converting at 55%. But when we looked at it, one of the salespeople was converting at 65 and one was converting at 40. So it was the detail that mattered. So what did we do? Well, we wrote a script. The 65% we looked to improve, but they wrote a script about how they did things. And we gave that to the 40%er and we trained them. We took them off the kind of final conversion calls at that time and we trained them. And guess what? The conversion went up. You see, scripts are so important. I don't want robotic, but actually a structure to how you sell. And this really gets to me, actually, really gets to me. Businesses, right? They come in and they've got this brilliant way about how they're going to deliver this marvelous product, amazing product. Right? All the delivery of it, yes, it's going to be amazing. It's going to be brilliant. You say, so how are you selling it? Well, we'll just see who inquires. You know, go out, we'll sell it. It's kind of, we'll wing it. But you know what? You can have the worst product in the world and the best salesman and the best sales process and you'll sell a lot. You can have the most amazing product and just rely on winging it. And winging it to me, by the way, is an inquiry followed by a quote, followed by a phone call. That's winging it. If that's how you work, you need to work on your sales process. Do you use scripts? And I mean carefully thought through scripts, particularly your opening and your closing. Your opening is where you win or lose the sale, actually. Remember, people buy confidence. And they've got to know, like, and trust you. So where in your sales process at the moment are you getting them to know, like, and trust you? Where do you slow it down? But by monitoring your conversion level at each stage, whether it's the testimonial stage, whether it's the fact-find stage, we'll start seeing how well you do and we can improve that. So leads and conversion. And it's interesting I started there, didn't I? I didn't start with customers. You see, people know their number of customers. You do, don't you? You know your number of customers. But your number of customers are just your leads times by your conversion. So if we want to change the number of customers, we've got to do leads times by conversion equals customers. We have to alter the leads in our conversion. Same goes for your turnover, actually. We need to improve your average sale price and your number of times they buy from you a year. If we get those two right, you'll turn over more money. What are the ways in which you increase transactions? How frequently at the moment are you talking to your customers, your leads? Do you thank your customers for all the work? Have you spoken to them during this time, saying you're thinking of them? Have you emailed them? Are you emailing them your latest offers? Maybe they want to hear from you more often. Our transportation company, we were emailing every 2 days in the end. We didn't get any unsubscribed. But push it until you get some unsubscribes and you know to pull back. So I've got some numbers I'd like you to think about. Just want you to run down this slide with me and see the difference this will make to your business. So your number of leads, let's say you've got 4,000 here. Conversion rate 25%, so 1 in 4 buy from you, which will give you 1,000 customers. They each buy twice. The average sales are £100. Gives you £200,000 revenue and profit margins of 25%, which gives you 50 grand profit. Now what's interesting now is I'm going to increase these all by 10%. So our leads go up to 4,400. Now think how easy it would be to put a few different strategies in place to do this. And think about what's really interesting when you use your own numbers in here. The number that comes out is phenomenal. And I'd urge you to do it. Think about how you could generate more people talking to you. If we really work on your conversion level, how we could get that up. But in this instance, I'm just going to go up by 10%, which are marginal gains. And I say when I'm talking face to face with people in the same room, I'm a bit braver then. Well, I should be braver now, really. But I talk about the fact that, look, marginal gains are for Olympic athletes, top world-class people. And generally, our businesses aren't world-class yet, so you can have much bigger jumps. So 10% is nothing. Sometimes on leads, just by measuring it, it will go up by that. So we're going to increase your leads by 10%. We're going to increase your conversion rate by 10%. Transactions from 2 to 2.2. Average sale up by £10, that's all. Your profit margins, look, that's going to happen naturally. Either your average sale price goes up, so your profit margins will increase, or you'll become more efficient with the way which your overhead works. And our profit jumps from 50,000 to 80,525 pounds and 50p. It's a 61% increase. Do you think it's time you planned like this? See, look at the difference there, 61%. But we have to know your numbers to do this. You can work them out generally to give you an idea. But when I do this with owners, the jump is huge. It's massive. You know, I've seen instances where we've changed the way we market as well. We've dropped actually looking for all the leads, and we've just worked on conversion for a while and worked on average sale and retention. It works really well.